I want to
Good
briefly
morning.
share my thoughts about some of the factors that really worked in our favor this year. This year was not easy, not necessarily from a business perspective. In fact, IT industry is the least impacted by the pandemic, but we had some other challenges. Operationally, it was a challenge for us. All of us know a new style of conducting business, physically disconnected from the customers, partners, and some of our colleagues as well. We had an even bigger challenge, the uncertainty that we had to face throughout the year, uncertainty around the business and our personal lives as well. That created some emotional challenges, if I may say. I know for sure some of our colleagues went through on their personal front. So when I take a recap of what happened in 2020, I see three key elements that really helped us to address and to overcome these challenges: leadership, culture, and communication. Talking of the leadership, people say at the time of a crisis, a leader shall not stumble. So if you look at everything that happened with us this year, if there is one thing that we could not find or we did not see at least, is a stumbling leader. And this was very, very crucial for us this year. I have been trying to take feedback from everyone I know to see how the market responded to the crisis. And based on the feedback, I saw two sets of leadership. There's one set of leadership who panicked right at the beginning of the crisis. They started creating and spreading fear across the organization. Fortunately, in Alpha Data, we did not see that. What we saw was a very composed response. We were guided to watch the situation as it unfolded and take very practical and rational steps to contain the situation. I can speak for myself. As a manager, I was not told to do anything on a war footing basis as if the sky was falling. There was another set of leadership who had an agenda in mind, and they found this crisis a perfect excuse to push the agenda forward. Again, in Alpha Data, we did not see that either. We always push reforms in the organization, but we did not use this crisis as an excuse. These are the changes we wanted to bring in all the time with or without a crisis. So from a leadership perspective, I think it's only fair to say thank you to Faiz. I don't want to add much of flattery around it. Thank you for the outstanding leadership, the maturity, experience, and integrity, and that's it. The second element I wanted to talk about the culture. In general, we always talk about Alpha's culture and its values. There are some good things about the company that we always believed in. This was the year where we could put all those beliefs to test to see if it's working or not. I can confirm it's working. In general, we are a humble organization, humble not in terms of what we do, but in terms of how we project our company. I think we are less noise and more substance. We don't have much of chest beating, bragging culture within the company. When we win with humility. We don't go out and make a big noise. When we lose with grace. We don't go and fight with our customers or partners or colleagues. We learn the lesson. We focus on what we can control and we move on. I think this culture invites a lot of goodwill for the company. And this year, I could see this goodwill coming from all quarters, helping our business in a big way. Uh, the third element that I want to talk about, and I think this is something that we did exceptionally well, communication. Effective, consistent, and transparent communication across the organization. The number of webinars, number of management meetings, and team meetings that I attended this year, uh, I haven't done this before in my life. It's not about the quantity of communication, it's about the quality. Regular update about the situation, how it impacts our business, how do we tackle the situation. These messages were being consistently delivered to every single member of the team. The team members were encouraged to come up, raise their concerns, voice their opinion, come up with suggestions and ideas. I think this inclusive communication brought into the team a sense of ownership, belonging, and sense of collective responsibility. I think this was very, very crucial and it helped big time. Before I conclude, my biggest takeaway from 2020, I think this year as an organization, we enhanced our image and reputation as a reliable and trustworthy employer, not only as an employer, but as a vendor in the market and a partner to our partners. We could manage to protect the biggest asset the company can afford. Our people are our biggest asset. though we are a technology company, we don't invent technologies. We don't have an IP of our own. When our technology partners invest in technology, we invest in people to help our customers to embrace and adopt some of those technologies. So I think it's a platform that caters to more than 1,500 people and their families. I think we have every reason to be proud of the platform that we stand on. That's a brief message I wanted to convey. All the best for next year, and thank you so much.